It's Saturday, and you know what that means. It means absolutely nothing if you're a realtor. Yep, I'm headed out to Riverland to sign some broker paperwork. Because people are still buying houses. I know that's shocking, right? Especially since our federal government has decided to totally screw up our economy and raise rates. But the world continues to turn. So, if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, you know I'm a realtor and I predominantly make content about real estate. And I'll continue to make content about real estate. However, I am transitioning a great deal of my content into topics that affect retirees. That is the predominant person that watches my channel. People that are looking to relocate to Florida, retire to Florida. Those are my people. So, I'm gonna make some content that affects people who are retiring, but really affects all Americans. Yes, I've had a couple people make some comments asking me about the recent content change. And it's probably going to confuse YouTube's algorithm, but you can help me with that. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you see a video on my channel that you think would benefit someone, share it. Now today, however, I am heading out to Riverland. The builder is GL Homes, and they have been very busy over the past 6 years. First, they started with Valencia K, sold that out, opened up Valencia Grove, sold that out, and now they're in River Walk, which is part of the Valencia series, and it's getting very close to being sold out. I have a client interested in building, and I'll be representing them. So I've got to go sign some paperwork with the builder. If you're not familiar with GL Homes and the Riverland community, it's a huge 55 plus community with lots to do there. I have numerous videos on my channel, mostly talking about the other neighborhoods, the Grove and the K, but you'll get the general idea if you'd like to look for those videos. Port St Lucie, where these developments are being built, is one of the nation's fastest growing cities, and it's very popular for retirees. They have a lot of 55 plus communities in Port St Lucie offering the retired individual plenty to do, lots of lifestyle activities, things to keep you active and healthy and keep that mind going, if you know what I mean. Now, 55 plus communities, you either love them or you hate them. There's plenty of people that do hate them. They think they're a little too cliquish, and you know, you are with a bunch of old people. But we're all gonna be old, so might as well embrace it. Just like everything in Florida, Port St Lucie's growing. Lots of people moving here. Predominantly for the weather, but there are a lot of other reasons why people move here. I'm gonna head into Riverland, sign my paperwork, and get the update on what's happening with River Walk. I just got an update, and there's about 150 lots left in the walk. So yeah, they have about 150 lots left. Pretty much no water lots unless you're buying in the Crown Series. A few water lots, the rest are all dry lots. And once these homes are sold out, then of course they'll have to start selling in their next neighborhood. Now, I did speak to the sales rep out here, and he did say, you know, they have been consistently selling about 50 lots a month. However, as of the date of this recording, which is in September, he doesn't see that happening this month. So they are starting to see a little bit of a slowdown, even at Riverland. You know, they always do such a nice job with the decorating in these models. Build time in these communities is about 15 months from the time you sign your contract. Typically they want 10% down plus 50% of your upgrades as your initial deposit. It's about 11 o'clock and it is a little on the sleepier side today. So the fact that the most popular community in Port St Lucie is starting to see a slowdown is a little bit of a telling sign, I think. But interestingly enough, here in Florida, apparently Floridian consumer confidence is up ever so slightly. Now, given that the economy in Florida is very heavily reliant upon tourism, I will be curious to see if the recent hurricane affects those numbers. We'll just have to see how that pans out. So as I mentioned before, I do have other videos on my channel in reference to Riverland. If you're interested in an outstanding 55 plus community, it's certainly one to consider. You won't have a lack of things to do if you were to live in this community. The question is, are you paying cash or are you financing? Because there's a high probability that rates will be in the 8s in the very near future. Now, what they will be when the house is completed, because it's going to take a year and a half, maybe they'll fall back into the 7s, maybe the 6s, who knows. It would certainly pump some life into the real estate industry if those rates were to go down. But since my crystal ball is broken, and I think it will have to do a great deal with the election as to what happens in our economy, remains to be seen. So we'll all have to sit around biting our fingernails to see what happens. My name is Lisa.Ammons, and I'm a real estate broker here in sunny South Florida, and I want to thank you for spending part of your day with me. Make your comments below. I'd love to know what's happening in your neck of the woods. Are you seeing a slowdown with real estate where you live? Are you still considering moving to Florida? Even after we've had all these hurricanes, sometimes that does change people's trajectory. I will say it does affect our insurance rates. I'm almost nervous to see when my new policy comes out next year, what that cost will be. But it is part of living in Florida. You gotta take the good with the bad. So we do have hurricanes. Insurance does cost a lot here, but you're not shoveling snow. So there's that.